Greta Thunberg is becoming closer and closer to the, I could say, second place. Yeah, absolutely. Second place of the most covered topics on the Body Language Guide channel, being the first one, hands down, Meghan Markle, of course, and the second one, Bill Gates, but Greta is there in the fight. She is cutting her hair herself to, try to call our attention. She looks like Prince Adam from He-Man. And, well, she was caught in another lie. I'm going to play this video and I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to say anything about this clip. I have a couple of clips to show you, but this one, you should be able, if you are a regular, watcher of the Body Language Guide channel, you should be able to notice something strange about this. So keep your eyes open. It's very short. Here it goes.
My name is Greta Thunberg. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you are watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our humanitarian mission was non-violent and abiding by international law. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release.
Okay, so what do you notice? What's the first question that I always ask you? We should, the first question that I tell you, that we should always ask about any video that we watch. First question, always, who is behind the camera? And granted, this is like a selfie, like a vlog, right? She's holding her camera herself in front of her, and she's looking into the camera. I think that she's looking into, I think at least that she has, no, she's not looking into the camera. She's not, you know that she is part now of the global spud tortilla and spot tortilla, global spot tortilla. And when we try to answer the question of who is behind the camera and she's the one holding the camera, we need to ask also the question of if she is on this abduction, if she was abducted and taken against her will by Israeli forces. It's so nice of those Israeli forces of letting her, keep her phone and, have, I guess, an eSIM that works worldwide. And she could record this video and send this distress signal, like if it was two droids shot into space. Are we seriously believing this stuff at this point? Well, she was indeed intercepted by Israeli forces because they were in this mission to get aid to Hamas. I mean Palestine, aid to Palestine. Sorry, I got that one wrong. By the way, there's also this very retarded video of a guy showing what looks like the aid they were bringing to, let's say, Hamas. That joke is gonna stuck. And he's throwing the aid into the ocean. I mean, I'm gonna play this. There's not much sound here. Okay, I'm gonna play this with sound.
سنلغيها في البحر في حالة احترازنا من الجنود الاحتلال الصهيوني. نتمنى إن شاء الله ستصل. هذه المساعدات متمثلة في حليب الأطفال وأدوية ومواد غذائية أساسية.
There's the aid, folks. There goes the aid. All 4 plastic bottles of aid. I mean, how does this work? I really thought, I mean, again, we are living at a time that is so complicated, so difficult sometimes to comment on stuff, because you have to check the sources not twice, but 3 times. Thrice, that was a word that of ancient use, because it's like you see pictures like this, for example, and you try to think that, is this a real Greta Thunberg, or this is some kind of parody, or no, this is a parody, all right. But this, how is this a real thing? How do we get this and assume that these people are for real? Because this is a real video from the spot tortilla. Then I don't know what is the intention behind throwing the aid, and the aid being basically large bottles of plastic full of what? I don't know. It looks like baby formula, and that's it. Or that he was trying to make a point or a statement, like by throwing that overboard. I mean, isn't that a contamination? Isn't Greta against the pollution and contamination, and she is for climate emergency and climate migration and climate... at some point, she's going to mix up... I was talking about the Pope in another video. At some point, she's going to make some kind of mix, let's say, between, Palestinian climate. So we're in this Argentine Palestine. Both of them are in this absolute emergency. So we're gonna call it Palestinian climate. Which other way could it be? The climatization of Palestinians? I don't know. They're going to find a word for that. They're going to find a word with that. But this is insane how people are swallowing this propaganda. But I understand. So many people having nothing better to do with their lives, having no life purpose, having no life goals. They're sitting on their couches doing nothing, and they see a girl, okay, that it looks a bit retarded, and she says that she is fighting climate, and now she's fighting for Palestinians. Who knows what she's gonna fight for afterwards? The next Tuesday. And she said, "Oh yeah, we should support her. We should support her." Yeah, and that's it. That's it. That's how propaganda works. And sadly, it's like you have to imagine that if you have like this, let's say, IQ average. All right, you have an IQ average. You have to remember that half of the population is below that IQ average, and that's why these people are more or less successful with their messages. And that's why you see that you see people throwing themselves to the streets with signs like "Queers for Palestine" and all that stuff. And we have another video.
My name is Greta Thunberg, and I'm currently on board the boat Alma as part of the global flotilla, a peaceful humanitarian mission to deliver aid to the civilian population of Gaza and to break Israel's illegal and inhumane siege. And it is likely to believe that we will be intercepted tonight by Israel, which would be a blatant violation of humanitarian and maritime law. Israel is not immune to international law. They must be held accountable for their war crimes. Stop the genocide, stop the occupation, and free Palestine.
All right, so they are already at air. It's interesting that have you, Greta? You have internet in your tortilla, right? You have internet in your tortilla. Have you heard about the news? They're trying to strike a deal for good, and have an actual plan laid out by basically everyone, and all the ones interested in solving the genocide and the war crimes are silent about it. Don't you think it's a bit odd, that silence? I find it odd. I find it strange. But no, we need to film more videos, and in the middle of the night, where it's like we are telling these stories around a campfire with the marshmallows and goosebumps great stories.
Hi, so we're currently getting circled by the IOF, and a few of our vessels have been intercepted. And so here on the Mohammed Bahar, we just want to say that when we get intercepted and we are held illegally in Israel in Ashdod port, we are going to engage in a hunger strike, and it's a symbolic act of resistance.
Yeah, this was on Yom Kippur. It's ironic, isn't it?
refuse to accept any of the food from an entity that is starving Palestinians, forcibly through the siege that we were here trying to break. Yes.
We absolutely needed some kind of music, some kind of I don't know, make it more dramatic. But again, this is all propaganda. But at least, man, it's just like all that Greta has is that haircut right now. But at least when Bill Gates is BSing us, at least the guy is amusing. This is boring. What Greta says is boring. These lies are boring, all right? And they're not even interconnected to each other. They don't make sense. Like you stand for something right now and you stand for something else altogether. I guess that is the plan, that when you get the call and you get the check, say you get a note, this is what you're going to stand for this week. And that's what she goes for. But that's what we get. That's what we get. Nice content to make fun of and criticize. There is a lot of to criticize, both from Israel and Hamas. There's a lot of criticize to do on both sides. But I would say that this is pathetic. So I just hope that if somebody wants to do proper propaganda, they at least hire somebody who looks credible. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bottled Language Guy. Much love and bliss.